Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm coming to you very belatedly with my Throwback 30 finale. So my intro for this year is already filmed. It's been filmed for quite a bit, but I just haven't had a chance to sit down and film the finale, which is ridiculous, honestly. Anyways, for those of you that don't know, this was started by Jessica Lee over at the PANtastic ladies. I will link the Facebook group and her down below. And the idea is that it's impossible to do all of the project pans they come up with, all of them, because they come up with a lot. So this is a way to get a taste of everything. In like years past, she would pick out not the categories, but the different projects themselves. But the last, I think, 2 years now, maybe 3, I can't quite remember. I don't have a very good memory, obviously. She's actually been having everybody in the group vote on them instead, which is pretty fun. And then you can choose one prompt out of every project pan that comes up to pick something out to, you know, use up, or whatever category you want to put on it. So I didn't realize that I hadn't updated this since February, which is horrible. So I actually had to make a list of all the empties that I had since then. I have 13 empties to show you really quickly, and then I'm going to go over the 4 items I had remaining, because I did pretty good this year. I mean, I usually do pretty good in this one. But let's get started. First, on February the 19th, for monochromatic project pan, I chose August, which was black, which was the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in 0. This is what I ended up having. I will insert my paper progress over here. It was a like half size, but you know, even that can take a while, but I don't know how well you can see this. The last little bit of product actually fell out of this, or maybe sunk in too deep so that I could use it. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember that I had to stop using this. Next, for tiny pans, I chose, well, like the year before, I wanted to use both in this little Coastal Scents duo. I finished one, and this year I wanted to finish the other one. It was a purple shade, and this is it. I managed to finish that on the 21st of February. Next, this is Fantasy Loch Ness Monster, a product with embossing or a raised imprint on it. I chose the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder in translucent. If I have a photo, I will insert it, but it is now empty. I finished that on the 26th of February. Its weight went from, it started at 53.4 grams. The first update that I used it was 49.6. Second update, last update, it was 48.1, and it is now 46.6. In March, I finished. For That's So 2000s, I chose One Piece, a never-ending product, and I chose the Dirt Phobia Effectum D Solution Ampule. Last time I was down to here, and I managed to finish that up on the 17th of March. For That's Expensive, on the 4th of March, I chose the Avant Blue Volcanic Stone Purifying and Antioxidant Cleansing Gel. Last time that I updated, I was down to here, and I did finish that. For I Heart the 90s, for The Simpsons, a yellow product or packaging, I chose the La Palette Beauty Vita Yellow Double C Serum. I finished that on March 5th. I was all the way down to here last time. It was a very quick finish. And this was actually a 2-parter, but for the last part of Day of the Dead, 11A Highlight, the deceased person's favorite things, a highlighter. I chose an eyeshadow highlighter. It was the Lorac Pro 2 eyeshadow in beige. And that was what that looked like. I finished that on the 31st of March. I didn't finish anything in April. For May, for same pan last year, I chose Earth Day, April 22nd, an eco-friendly item like Clean Beauty. I chose the Tower 28 Lip Gloss in Coconut. I hope you can see through that because I did manage to finish it. Its weight went from 31.9 grams to 29.7. I finished that on the 31st of May, and on the 14th of May, for Nightmare on Panning Street, I chose Hellraiser, a facial exfoliant, and I had the Acure Resurfacing Interglylatic Exfoliator. It was more of a chemical exfoliator, by the way, although it did have some beads in it or something. But I started here. It's empty. The one thing I finished in June was for 50 Shades of Green. I chose the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. I finished that on the 30th. It was completely full and I finished it. You can't even tell that it was green anymore. I don't know. I did skip over the one last thing in May, but for Beauty A to Z, it's one where you can basically choose anything, but you just have to choose it by a letter. I chose, I think it was T, but I chose the TREATIS Basic Science Enzyme Powder. It's a powder face wash. Last time, I believe I was up to here. It's now empty, and I did weigh it as well. It started at 51.9 grams, and empty it is 28.1. And lastly, for the two things that I did manage to finish in July, on the 2nd, for the Golden Girls, I chose Sophia, a sample-sized product or an older product in your collection. I went with older, and I chose the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Lip Liner in Borderline. I will insert my paper purchase over here. I probably could have gotten another sharpen out of it, but I kept losing it. It kept like falling out of my pocket and stuff. And I literally thought I left this fell out of my pocket at like a restaurant. And I did manage to find it on my bathroom floor where it had fallen out of my pocket again, and I decided, you know what, it's not worth it anymore. We're considering that done. But I mean, I used it, it was huge when I rolled it in, so I'm more than got my money's worth. And finally, on the 15th of July, for lip service, I chose the Avant Hyaluronic Replenishing Lip Serum, this demon beast right here. Yeah, I'll bring it up close to show it to you. I should have waited, but I pulled out the stopper. I broke the dough foot trying to scrape everything out. I did not finish this off on my lips. I finished this off on my face because it wasn't doing anything for my lips and it tasted horrible on them, so decided to just use that up on my face to get rid of it. All right, so the 4 things that I have left, starting at the top for Budget Beauty, I chose the Makeup Academy Blush and Candyfloss. I will insert my picture from right before I repressed it because it broke it up completely, but I decided to not repress it into that particular packaging anymore. To make my life easier, I've already mentioned this on other Project Pan updates because this has a couple of things in here, but I chose the e.l.f. Face Quad that I had used up in years past to press my blush, my bronzer, and my highlight in that I'm panning, just to have it all in one place, make my life a little bit easier. But this, I'm trying to not spoil anything for any other project, but this is what it currently looks like. So still got plenty of product in there. This actually is rolling over into Throwback 30 for this year and next year, technically, however you want to look at it. So I'll be working on it for another year. Because honestly, I didn't use it as much as I should have, because I had pan on it originally, but it was still like a huge blush. And then it kept breaking and I kept not wanting to deal with it, so it ended up just kind of getting pushed to the wayside. Next is Color Pan, and I chose the Colourpop Supershock eyeshadow and mixtape. Now, like I said, I filmed my intro like over a week ago. It was actually still July when I filmed my intro, to be honest. I think it might have been literally the 31st. Or it might have been August 1st, I'm not sure. I have had usage on it since then. So, the intro to that, it's gonna look different. Because I had to repress it because it had gotten really dry and I had to revive it. And that time I actually like chopped it up and repressed it in, so. But here's what it looked like for the last update of this. And here is what it looks like now. There is really not a ton left, especially now that I've repressed it and it's like creamy again. But like, just fair warning, when you see the intro, hopefully the night after this goes up, it's gonna look like it has a lot more product in it. All right. Next, for Happy Hour, for daiquiri, a fruit-themed item, I chose the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm in Cherry. Its weight started at 143.1 grams. The last update, it was 141.2, and it is now 127.1. I've realized that I am lazy most nights, and I just don't want to use anything but a micellar water removing my makeup. Yes, my eye makeup comes off a lot quicker with this. Like with micellar water, yes, I can get my eye makeup off, but I have to kind of like hold it against my eye for a minute, whereas this, one quick rub and it all comes off. But like I said, I'm lazy. I'm doing good to take off my makeup, period, honestly. That's awful to say, but it's honest and true. And finally, the last thing I have, and that also rolled into Throwback 30 for next year. This last one did not though, because I just had something else for this prompt. I was thinking I was gonna finish it, and then I didn't. So I picked something else for this prompt for the new year. And I do have another project pan that I'm gonna roll this into. Anyways, for Women Who Rock, I chose Anne Frank, Something That Makes You Feel Brave. And I chose the Ace Beauté lip liner in So Gorgeous. I will insert my paper purchase over here for what I got to. I didn't even quite finish half of this, and I've started wearing this on my cheeks to get some more usage out of it, but I just haven't been in the mood for red lips for like the past year. Because I'm also trying to finish a mini lip matte liquid lipstick, and it's taking me forever. It's like, even when using this on my cheeks, it's going a lot slower than I was expecting. Because like I said, I thought I could finish this by the end if I was using it on my cheeks, but that didn't happen. So that is it. Stay tuned for my intro that will be coming up soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!